Welcome to the Harry Jerome Arena in North Shore, Vancouver, where the Richmond Ravens are set to take on the North Shore Avalanche for the first game of 2026. Ravens making their way to the bench, coming on the ice. It looks like we have Macy and Sear up front. Is Sear, Hernandez, and Miguel. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's the starting lineup. Babcock in net. Face off won by the North Shore Avalanche. I think went back to D as they're being chased by the Richmond Ravens. Ravens turn the puck over in the Avalanche. No, now Hernandez with it. Hernandez walking in. Now she gets a shot right on, saved by the goaltender, who holds on to that one. Early shot, early in the game, testing the goaltender right away. He's on stall and keeps the puck out of the net. Face off to the left side of the North Shore goaltender coming out on the ice. We have line change made by the defending group there. Now the puck back from the top of the circle. The shot right on, saved by the goaltender. Comes over to the near side. And now the play interrupted by the Ravens. The Ravens turn it back, and now it comes back up the wall. Sear with a poke check, and that gets through her. But the Ravens turn it back over right at the blue line. Now it goes back into the neutral zone and into the Ravens line. The Ravens defenders are going to come across the ice on the near side. Onto Sear's stick. She chips it off the wall looking for Hernandez. Hernandez cutting to the outside. Now she stops up. She's going to trying to come back to the wall. They come back along the wall. Now get some help from Sear. Sear takes it in behind, and now she reverses the play in behind the net. North Shore with it. Avalanche working their way up ice through the neutral zone. Now they walk their way in. They're going to fire off the end wall. It comes to the side of the net. Babcock leads that for Morin. Morin turns back and goes forward to Sear. Sear back out to the middle, and that gets picked up by the Avalanche. First shot on net. Glove saved by Babcock. She holds on to that one. We get a stop and play with 13 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first period. Shots thus far, 2-1. Face off the left side of Babcock. Miguel to take the face off. The puck's picked up by the Ravens. They try to pull it forward, gets reversed back, and now Miguel puts it out to the wall. North Shore puts it in behind the net. And David tries to hold it back there. She gets some help there. Basquet eats it on the corner. Now it comes back out. Miguel picks it up. Miguel goes in behind the net now. Miguel over to the far side. Now pulls it to the middle, and it gets turned back. It's on the stick of the Ravens. Matt Macy loses the handle on it. David picks it up. David off the wall looking for Macy. Now back to David. David looks to clear it. That's held in by the North Shore Avalanche. Ravens back to collect it behind the net. Miguel with it. Miguel, he's going to headman it. Comes over to Basquet on the near side. Basquet loses in her foot. Feet there now. The shot from the near side. Babcock plays that over to the wall on the far side. Now into Macy in behind the net. From behind the net, it comes back out front, and Miguel gets it on her stick and out and down the ice. A good clear there as the Ravens do a full-scale change, and the Avalanche come up ice. They're going to chip it in, and Amadei is going to go back to pick it up. Amadei fires it around to her defensive partner. She runs into the wall, but gets it forward, and now it gets the blue line where it gets turned back. And now a couple of moves there by the North Shore Avalanche as they work their way to the net, and the arm goes up, and the shot right on. Babcock makes the save, and there is a penalty coming up to the Richmond Ravens. It's going to be 2 minutes. It's a hooking call. 12 minutes and 33 seconds remains in the first period. Cabana going to the box. And the special teams comes out to go to work. Graham to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. Avalanche go to the point with it. And now down into the corner from down low. The Ravens get a stick on that and now put some pressure on behind the net. From the short side, they work their way back into the corner. Ravens holding the Avalanche to the outside. A sauce pass back to the blue line. It goes over to the far side. And now a pass over to the top of the circle from the near side. Back out to the point. A shot. It hits a body in front. And now the Ravens try to clear it to get out of the zone. And now the Avalanche have to touch up. Avalanche with it. They come through the neutral zone. Now they chip it to the outside and get it into the Ravens' end. Coming in 2-on-1. Now it's going to be a shot right on. Save made by Babcock. Rebound. Saved by Babcock. Avalanche put it back towards the net. It goes in behind the net and over to the near side. 108 remains in the penalty of the Richmond Ravens as the Ravens put it up the wall on the far side, and the Ravens get it out to the neutral zone, and that's going to be Tran with it. Tran backhands it down the ice and towards the net. Goaltender plays that in the Avalanche zone as the Ravens go for a change. Avalanche, they get turned back by Hernandez there right at their blue line. It goes over to the far side. Now they're going to make their way into the Raven zone. A stop up and now a cut to the middle. They're going to work their way to a shooting position, and now it goes off to the side of the net. And it doesn't make its way on net. Now from behind the net, it comes over to the far side. Lauren's the first one with it. She's going to reverse it around to the near side. Doesn't have enough on it to get all the way out, but gets to the top of the circles before the Avalanche pick it back up. Avalanche go to the point and now played over to the far side with some pressure there by Basquet. Basquet's pressure turns the puck over, and now the Ravens get it down ice and able to clear to the neutral zone. Avalanche carrying it in on the far side. Now they cut to the outside. From the outside, the pass goes back to the point. Can't handle it cleanly, so now they go over to the top of the circle to the far side. Shot right on, saved by Babcock. He clears the puck to the corner. Now the puck was over in the corner, and the Ravens are now 5-on-5 as the Avalanche cut around to the near side from behind the net. Now it comes over to the near side. Cabana gets it on her stick, and she chips it around. And now it comes out in the neutral zone. They go across the seam, and now it's chipped back into the Raven zone. Sear back after it. She's got some pressure on her. Sear reverses the play for Cabana on the near side. Cabana back out to the middle for Miguel. Miguel, she chips it. Now she chases it through the neutral zone. Ravens give watch, and now the puck comes back to Cabana. It gets up on Cabana's stick, and Cabana battles off the check. Now Cabana cutting to the middle. Cabana with a shot saved by the goaltender. Puck over on the near side in the corner, and now comes back out to the point. Ravens Macy with it. Now it gets past there. Now we got a breakaway for the Avalanche. A good stick there by David. Now Ravens, thanks for no shot comes off on that. Great back check there by the defender, and now a shot right on, saved by Babcock. Play comes back out to the point. Shot blocked by the Ravens, and now they get it back down ice. Going to say no icing on the play as the goaltender comes out to play it. We have 9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first period as the Avalanche work their way up ice. Avalanche gets stopped up, and now it goes into the Raven zone. Ravens reverse the play, and now cutting up the middle with it. They go over to the outside. Macy's going to give heading on the puck up. Macy with a button hook in the neutral zone comes over to David. David looking for a place to go, and she finds Hernandez. Hernandez to the outside. Hernandez working her way towards the net. Now she gets pushed in behind the net. From behind the net, she doubles back. Now she gets double teamed as she loses the puck. Ravens step in, though, and now they get control of the puck. It comes back to Macy at the blue line. Macy with a shot. She doesn't get all of that. The save is made by the goaltender, and then the defender helps her hold the puck, and we get a stoppage in the play with 8:34 remaining in the first period. Trying to take the face off of the Richmond Ravens. She wins that cleanly. It comes back to the blue line. The Ravens have to be careful. Now Nishi gets it back in the zone. Now the play gets cleared off the wall and out into the neutral zone. Tran back, she picks it up, and now she puts it back in on her backhand. Play on the wall on the near side, now back down ice. It gets into Nishi's feet, and now the Avalanche come out with it. Tran back checking, and she's going to strip the player of the puck. Tran from behind the net. Now she puts the play out to the outside. It comes to the face-off shot, and Kay gets it on her stick. Kay looks for Tran. Now the Tran back for her sister. She loses her footing. The defender loses her handle on it, and now the puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Kay with it. Kay with a couple of moves now. Kay puts it over for Tran. Tran, backhand, wide of the net as it goes high and out of play, or into the corner. Now the Avalanche with it. They make center ice and fire it in. They said they weren't on the right side of center, and we get icing on the play with 7:38 remaining in the first period. Miguel to take the face off deep in the Avalanche zone. Puck is one to the corner by the Avalanche. The defender's going to pick that up and carry it over to the near side. She tries to cut up the middle, and that's stopped by the Ravens. And now from the wall, the Ravens try to pick it up. Ravens stepping up with it. Now they have it on their stick. Miguel with it. Miguel cuts around the player, puts it in deep, and now she's going to fire it around behind the net. Basquet with it. Basquet looking to put it to a scoring position. Now it's banging on the shot. And the Ravens get a shot off it, blocked in front. Avalanche with it. They carry it through the neutral zone and now fire it in behind Babcock's net. Sear with it. She backhands it forward. It ends up getting past basket and down ice. It's going to be in the neutral zone. Miguel goes for a change. The Avalanche cycle it to the far side of the ice and now back to the near side. Now they work their way into the Raven zone. Warren back after it. If it comes over to the near side, gets pulled out from underneath Babcock's glove. She's going to try and slow that one down. Now the play comes back out to the top of the circles. From the top of the circles, the Avalanche carry it in behind the goal line, the Ravens goal line, and now a centering attempt. Lynn tries to get a stick on that, and a weak shot gets on Babcock, and she's going to cover that one. .6:32 remains in the first period. Ravens tied with the Avalanche. It's 0-0. Avalanche with it on the stick. They bring it over to the near side. It got past the defender. Now David behind her own net. She finds Sear on the near side. Sear looking to get it up ice. She gets it down into the neutral zone before it gets on the stick of one of the Avalanche. And now she poke checks it by. She tries to put it into the front of the Avalanche net. Now back to the blue line. David with a shot on net, saved by the goaltender. Play goes in the corner as it continues. It comes back out to the blue line. David steps up on that one. She's going to keep it in. Now Hernandez with a great play. He tries to put it across the ice for Tran. Tran unable to pull the trigger as the puck comes back in behind the net. Now from behind the net. Ravens. Hernandez looking for a place to go with it. She gets some help from Sear. Sear from behind the net. Now she stops up. She puts it in. It's in the net. Ravens ahead by one. A great move by Sear to button hook and fake out the goaltender. She comes out the near side and with a bit of a wraparound puts it in the net. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first period. Ravens ahead, 1-0. Fran out there for the face-off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They're going to put it back to the defenders who get it up to the Ravens blue line. Ravens turn it back in the neutral zone, and now it gets into the Ravens zone. Ravens have to be careful there. Nishi puts it all back into the neutral zone. Now it comes back into the Ravens end. Nishi over after it. Nishi with some pressure on her. She chips it up the wall. Ends up getting turned back on her. Now from behind the Ravens goal line, the Avalanche get control of it. Avalanche try to go back to the blue line. Ravens get a stick check. Now they get it out. Avalanche fires back in. It's going to end up right on net. Babcock leaves it for Nishi. Nishi cuts in behind her own net. And Nishi being pressured there. She puts it over to the far side looking for Cabana. Now from behind the net, the Ravens lose a handle on it. Pike comes over to the near side. Now back out to the blue line. From the blue line, it's picked up by Kay. Kay now with a good move there. She's got one player to beat. And a good sweep check there. And it gets past Kay. Now the Avalanche going back the other way. And the Ravens did an icing called in their favor with 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first period. Ravens ahead 1-0. Basket, Miguel and Wing out there with Morin and Sear. Puck is dropped. It goes back to the blue line for Sear, who fires it in. Miguel from behind the net. She tries to get control of it. She gets checked there and held up. Now the puck goes into the corner on the far side. Ravens put some pressure on as the Avalanche turn it back. Now turning back, the play comes back out to the blue line. Ravens hold it in, and now they're going to fire it back in deep. It comes in behind the goal line in the corner as the Avalanche try to eat it. Now the Avalanche are going to pick it in behind their own net and try to come up the near side. Ravens read that, get a stick on that. Now they turn the puck over again. Avalanche get control of it, but the Ravens now put it back deep in the zone. Ravens go for a change as the Avalanche are trying to work their way up ice. Avalanche to the neutral zone and back into the Ravens end. Sear has it on her stick. Sear's backhand stopped by the Avalanche and they keep it in. Now walking in from the short side, the shot wide of the net. It goes over to the far side and the Avalanche have it. Avalanche walking the blue line, now cut to the shooting position. Their shot blocked by the Ravens before it gets to the net. Now the Avalanche have it. Sear's going to pick that up though as it squirts off their stick. Now Sear tries to take control of it and she gets a stick check. Avalanche back to the blue line. It's shot right on through traffic. Babcock makes the save. It goes back to the blue line again. Shot this time blocked by the Ravens. Fernandez tries to get it forward on her backhand, but it goes back into the Raven zone. And now the Ravens able to clear it down ice. It hits one of the Avalanche, and no icing will be called. Ravens get a full-scale change as they come out on the ice. Avalanche clear the puck out to the neutral zone and gets just past them. David with it on her stick. David, she's going to pass it forward, looking for Hernandez. Hernandez with a couple of moves there, now cuts to the outside. Hernandez finding some room now. She cuts to the net. Backhand shot just wide of the net. As Tran unable to pull the trigger. Now Sear puts it back in behind the net. And from down low, it comes back over to the near side. David steps up on that one, and now the Avalanche have control. Avalanche looking for a place to go. It gets down into the Raven zone and onto Macy's stick. Macy forward for Sear. Sear unable to touch that. We're going to have icing that called against the Richmond Ravens. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remains in the first period. Shots score right now is 11. Score is 1-0. Shots on goal are 11-7 in favor of the Avalanche. Ravens winning right now with a goal ahead. Avalanche win the face-off. They're going to put it back in deep, and now we have a penalty coming up. It's going to be called against the Avalanche as the shot goes right on Babcock. But there's an interference call, and it's against the blue team. Ravens go to the power play with 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the period. Face-off is going to go deep in the Avalanche zone. It's going to be on the left side of the goaltender. I'll take the face-off. I see McDonald, Miguel, Hernandez, Macy, and David. Miguel to take the face-off for the Richmond Ravens. She wins that cleanly. There's a shot from her McDonald, but she's not able to handle that. McDonald carries it in, though, and goes backhand 5-hole on the goaltender. Puts it in the back of the net, and the Ravens are ahead by 2 as they convert quickly on the power play. McDonald with a sneaky play to fake her shot and then walk in when the frozen goalie and put it in the through her 5-hole. Trying up, take the face off. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Avalanche. They take it back to their defenders and now off the wall. Ravens read that one. They put it back down ice. I think that's going to be enough for icing, and we're going to get the face off deep in the Ravens zone. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the period. Tran to take the face off deep in the Richmond Ravens zone. Face off won by Tran, but picked up by the Avalanche. They're going to walk towards the net, and now they come in from behind the net. From behind the net now, they cut around and back out to the point. From the point, it's chipped back down low. Ravens get control of it, and then McDonald goes off the wall and down the ice. Tran gives chase as it goes over to the near side. Now over to the far side as the Avalanche pick it up. Avalanche through the middle, and now they work their way in. They're going to fire it deep as they go for a change. It takes a funny hop off the back wall, and Amadei puts it over to the near side for Kay. Kay tips it out to the middle, and it gets on the stick on the Avalanche. Avalanche working into a shooting zone. Save made by Babcock, and she holds on to that rebound with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first period. Ravens ahead, 1-0. Puck is dropped. The face-off won by the Avalanche, or by the Ravens, but the Avalanche took it up as it goes in behind the Ravens players. Now Miguel with it. She's going to carry it all on up the ice. Miguel chips it down, and now with a little burst of speed, she's going to carry it to the corner. Now she just lets it go deep into the corner. The Avalanche pick it up. Avalanche now. They're going to go hard off the glass and takes a funny hop and comes right back at him. Basket puts it out for Miguel. Miguel with the shot towards the net. That goes in by the net as it missed just wide. Now the Ravens, Miguel gets it back in the corner. And she gets some help there for Basket. Basket and Miguel battling for the puck, and now it goes out the far side and all the way down into the neutral zone. The Ravens with it. Our Ravens unable to hold the blue line now with a little bit of help there from Wing. They're able to get a hold of it. Wing loses the handle on it though, and the Ravens now pick it up. Sear comes across the ice, and Basquiat makes sure she gets it forward, and now the Avalanche carry it in, fire it down ice. coming in from behind the net. The goaltender, the defenders have control of it. They get it down into the neutral zone, and now the Avalanche try to go back the other way. Play goes down into the Avalanche zone as the Ravens are on a change, and we get icing on the play with 29.4 seconds remaining in the first period. Ravens ahead, 1-0. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. Ravens now beat it, battling the clock off to get to the end of the period. It comes back down ice. It's going to be icing again as the defender for the Avalanche takes the long route. And we got 9.6 seconds remaining. Pardon me, the score right now is 2-0 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. This time, Morin's going to try and eat it in the corner. There's 5 seconds remaining on the clock in the period. Ravens have been practicing this, and that's going to do it as the Ravens come out ahead 2-0 with their shots on goal are 12-7. Welcome back as the coaching is completed for this 5-minute break. Babcock makes their way to the far end of the ice as we got 20 minutes on the clock. Ravens going into this period too. Avalanche 0, face off one forward by the Ravens, and now there's a battle for it. It gets back to the defenders. Ravens put it forward for Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Miguel, and now it goes over to the far side. Avalanche with it, and now onto Hernandez's stick. Hernandez gets it into the neutral zone. It gets chipped forward. McDonald gives chase from the Avalanche zone, and McDonald drops it for Hernandez, and now Hernandez a bit overskate on that one as he didn't quite connect up on their play. Now Miguel battling for it, and the Avalanche chip it into the Ravens zone. Sear with it. Sear looking to come up the near side. Now it gets chipped around in behind the net and over to the far side. Amade after it. Amade Hernandez battling for it on the corner. Now it comes out in, and now back over for Hernandez. Hernandez tries to chip it around the defender who's pinching on the play. And now Miguel has it. Miguel chips it forward for McDonald. McDonald and Miguel going for a change. They're saying no ice on the play as the Ravens complete a full-scale change. Ravens with a good stick there. That's Sear putting pressure on the defender deep in their zone. And now a stretch pass is going to go all the way down. We have icing on the play with 18 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second period. Wing, Vasquez, and Sear out there for the Ravens forwards with Macy and David back on the blue line. But this drop face off one this time by the Avalanche. They put it in behind their own net as they go D-to-D behind the net. It comes back off the wall and now through the neutral zone. Play gets turned back briefly before it gets on the stick of one of the Avalanche, and they're going to fire it into the Ravens zone. Puck goes over to the near side as it gets cleared all the way around. Held, though, by the Avalanche, and now on to Macy's stick. Macy, she's looking for a place to go. She loses the handle on it now. The Ravens right in the slot, a shot, about blocked there by David. Macy reverses the play, looking for David on the near side. David turns back the other way. She reverses it back up the ice on the other side. The Avalanche are the first ones here. Macy blocks the dump in, and now the Ravens get it out in the neutral zone. Avalanche carry it back in their own zone, and now they're looking to come up ice with it. They chip it back into the Ravens zone. Macy stays back with it. Macy now picks it up, and she cuts the middle. Her pass forward ends up getting past the intended target, and now David with it. David tries to put it forward. That's held at the blue line, and now a pass over to the far side, and a shot goes high over the net. Now the Avalanche hold it in on the near side. Macy with it. Macy losing the handle on it. Now the Ravens put it out to the outside as Sear has it. Sear tries to put it forward for Basquet. Now the play continues as Sear gets control. Sear chips it forward. Now it goes back off the wall as the Avalanche force it to the outside. Macy holds it in. She puts it over to the far side. Now the play comes forward on the stick of Sear. Sear gets it deep as the Ravens complete their change. Play comes up the near side. Morin has it on her stick. Morin goes across ice for Sear. Sear forward for Tran. Tran just in front of her. Now Tran putting pressure on the defender. The defender weaves and bobs and puts it over the near side. And now the pass forward ends up on the stick of Morin, who fires it back in. Ravens touch up and head back in after it. Avalanche see all the pressure. They turn it back the other way. Ravens stepping up on that play. Kay, she stops it, and now the play comes back up ice and into the Ravens zone. Now Morin back after it. She's got some pressure on her. Ravens from behind the net. Tran has it on the stick. She tries to go up ice with it. It comes back to the blue line from the top of the circle. A shot hits a couple of bodies before it goes wide. Now the Avalanche with it. The Avalanche from behind the net. They come over to the near side. Now it comes break back from the near side. Babcock makes the first save and the second before the play comes back in behind the net. Now the Ravens go off the wall, and a shot blocked again. It goes over to the far side. Sear from behind the net. Sear gets double teamed. Now the Ravens holding it to the outside. Ravens killing some time off the clock as they freeze the puck down low, and Morin's going to pick it up. Morin reverses the play. Now back for Morin as the Ravens content now to put it down ice and get a change. 15:41 remains in the first period. The second period, Ravens a bit on their heels in the second period, but doing a good job of holding their players to the outside. Puck is dropped, face-off won by the Avalanche. They're going to walk into a shooting position. Babcock makes that save. Nishi puts it forward, and now the Ravens lose a handle on it again. Ravens now have some time as the Avalanche are offside. Ravens now with a good play over to Cabana on the near side. Cabana finds an open wall as she walks down the ice. Now Cabana wears a bit of a check there as the play continues along to the near side. Play comes out to the middle. Hernandez reads that one. She puts it to Cabana. Cabana unable to handle that one. Cabana was wide open in the slot. Savannah gets hold of it. Now there's a stoppage in play, and there's a penalty called, and it's going to be against the Avalanche. And I think it's because she played with a broken stick. I think the penalized player picked up her broken stick from the corner, and she's going to get called for that penalty. 2 minutes on the clock. Ravens are going to go to the power play. They converted on their first one. The Avalanche player needs to get her new stick before they're going to start the play on the box. Face off to the right side. The Avalanche goaltender Miguel in to take the face off. Miguel wins that one cleanly, comes back to Macy at the blue line. Macy with one move, two moves, and now she gets her stick lifted before she gets the shot off. Great save made by the goaltender. Now a second shot. Save made, all held on to by the Avalanche goalie to keep the puck out. Avalanche with a bit of a change there. 14:55 remaining in the period, a minute 51 by the Ravens, or for the Ravens power play. Now a shot hits a body in front on the Avalanche stick and cleared down the ice. Now David has to be quick as there's some pressure on her from the penalty killers. David cuts in behind her net. Now she stops up. David's still with it as she puts it to a safe position now. Now David looking for Miguel's help. Miguel puts it across looking for Hernandez. Hernandez with a chip play, and now she just has one more player to get to. Hernandez holds it deep as she gets double teamed. Now David steps up, and the Ravens Macy holds it in as she catches it high into the air. Goaltender's had enough of that. She's going to hold on to it and get a stoppage in play with 14:19 remaining in the second period. And a minute 16 in the Ravens power play. Trying to take face off won by the Avalanche. They're going to carry it in behind their nets. Here gets chase. Now the Avalanche clear it down the ice, and David goes back after it. It's going to bounce towards the side of the net. Babcock leaves that for her defender. Now with some pressure on the defender, finds Tran. Tran loses the handle on the pass and now gets put back in the Raven zone. David with it. David doubles back, and now she puts it forward for Tran. Tran with a chip for her sister, and now Tran's off to the races. Tran working her way out to the outside as she carries the puck in on the power play. Tran looking to the front of the net. It chips just wide. Macy steps up on that. Macy looking to set it up. Macy with it. She doubles back now. Macy skating in the zone. Stacy's now heavy stop up. Cuts her way into the top of the circles. Now with a shot right on. Saved by the goaltender, and she holds on to that with no rebound on the play. 28 seconds remains on the power play for the Richmond Ravens. Clock's now 13:13. And trying to take the face off to the right side of the Avalanche goaltender. One too many players on the ice here, though, for the Avalanche. They have stoppage there as we are getting the players set up. And now we do. Puck is dropped, and now the face-off won by the Avalanche. Ravens get control of it and put it back to the blue line. Sear with it at the blue line. Sear puts it on the near side, and now comes over for Moore on the short side. Short side back to Sear. Sear with a one-timer. She fans on that one, and now comes back to Tran. Tran back for Sear. Sear walking her way in. Now over for Tran. Tran with the shot. It's saved. Rebound goes out to the side. Back over for Tran. Tran chips it down low. It rolls on her, and now the Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. We're 5-on-5 as the penalized player comes out of the box, and the Ravens now are 1 for 2 on the power play. Play comes over the near side. Tran walks in with that. She puts it back in behind the net. Now from behind the net, the Ravens Sear tries to step out front. Play continues as the puck comes around to the near side. Morin over after Morin unable to hold the blue line, and now gets chipped by her, and we got a 2-on-1 starting, but play gets over the stick of the player now, and Wing with a couple of great moves to work her way in towards it. Wing walks right in. She puts it in the back of the net. As big Wing puts an exclamation mark on it. She dances through the team from the neutral zone through the top of the circles and into the back of the net. 12:31 remaining in the second period. Miguel will take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. It goes forward, but the Avalanche get control of it and now gets chipped back in the Ravens zone. That Morin in after it. Morin from behind the net. She tries to backhand it forward. It comes right into the slot. Ravens able to get control of it as Miguel tries to get out of the harm's way. It's on a wing stick. Wing looks for a defender. Now they're going to take it in behind the net. Now the defender gets two players on her, and it comes back to Wing. Wing is going to try to put it up ice, and she gets some help from Miguel. Miguel with it. Miguel chips it now, and it hits the ref. Now back into the Avalanche zone. Picked up though. Now on the Miguel stick. Miguel cuts to the middle. Now Miguel looking for the shooting position. Her shot just wide. His Wing unable to advance that forward. Now stopped by Basket. Now tripped forward, juggled there by the Avalanche player. Avalanche through the neutral zone as they work their way in. Ravens now get control of it. They put it on the stick. And that might have been too many men on the ice, but they get away with it as they're down by 3. Wing with it. She's going to fire it deep as she's looking for a change. Avalanche through their zone. Ravens stop that up as it's Kay within her feet, and now it gets chipped past the player. Now we have a one-on-one the other way. Amadei steps up on her player with a couple of moves there. Amadei holds onto it. Now it's in the slot and bounces its way out in behind the net. Tran puts a stick on that. She gets control of it. Now Tran tries to chip it as she loses the handle on it. Now from the shooting position, it's shot, hits a body and comes to the side of the net. From the side of the net, Babcock's going to hold on to that one as it comes off the back wall and rolls right to her glove. She's going to hold on to that one with 10 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the second period. 3-0 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. The faceoff will be to the right side of Babcock. Oh, hold on. It looks like there's a penalty called, and it's going to be against the Avalanche. I'm not really sure what the penalty's called for. I guess I missed that one. It might have been goaltender interference after the slap after the play. We have a power play. Ravens now 1 for 2 on the power play here, but scored shortly after it. Miguel is in for the face-off. She doesn't win that one. The Ravens scramble to get control of it. Now Hernandez with it. Hernandez out the far side. Now out to the middle for David. David with it. David with a couple moves there. Now she puts it back down low. Shooting from McDonald down low, and it's saved by the goaltender from behind the net. The Ravens get control of it. McDonald has it. She feathers it to the middle for Hernandez. Hernandez takes it to the corner. Now loses the handle. She needs some help there. McDonald skates in with it now after it to help out. We have a 2-on-2 in the corner. Being a power play situation, the Ravens would ideally like to have one more player down in there. We're going to have a stoppage in play if it doesn't move soon. And there's the whistle and the stop. 1 minute, 26 seconds remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. 10 minutes and 24 seconds remains in the period. The faceoff's going to be to the right of the Avalanche goalie, deep in the Avalanche zone. Puck is dropped, face off won again by the Avalanche, but picked up there by Miguel. Miguel stops up, and she reverses the play over to McDonald. It's McDonald on the near side. McDonald from behind the net. Now she tries to wrap around. It gets through the goaltender, but misses the net, and now it goes all the way down ice. Babcock comes out to play it. She stops it up there for David. David puts it in behind the net. She's going to chip it, and Hernandez is going to pick it up on the near side. Hernandez, the cross seam, looking for Macy. Macy works her way up ice. Macy cutting her way in. She cuts to the outside now, tries to go to the net on her backhand. Macy skates around the zone with it. Now drops it back for David. David goes across ice looking for McDonald. McDonald near side for Hernandez. Hernandez with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender. Now the play held in by the Ravens. Now on Tran's stick. Tran drops it for Hernandez. Hernandez with a shot, saved by the goaltender, and that's going to be a stoppage in play. She holds on to that with 35 seconds remaining in the period. Penalty to the Avalanche player. 9:34 remains in the period. Tran out for the faceoff. She's got her sister on one side and Sear on the other. Back to Morin and Sear at the blue line. Puck is dropped, one out by the Avalanche. The Avalanche cleared forward. It gets back to Morin at the blue line. Morin holds it in down low. Now Tran tries to pull it down. Well, she fans on that one. Gets on the stick of the Avalanche, and they're going to fire it all the way down. Sear back in after it. Babcock leaves that one. Sear picks it up. Now Sear fires it forward. It's kicked forward for Tran. Tran with just unable to shake the defender there. Now the play comes over to the near side. Sears steps up. She puts it back deep. Ravens touch up, and now they head back in. 3 seconds remaining in the power play, and now we're even strength here again as the Avalanche pick up the puck. Avalanche looking for that stretch pass. They get the puck forward, and now Avalanche carry it in. Avalanche cutting to the top of the circles, and now a shot blocked there by Morin. Penalty coming up, and it's going to be against the Richmond Ravens here right away as after the Ravens touch the puck. It's weird, it just did, but Avalanche work their way in. Babcock makes their save. And now we have a penalty called against Sear with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Faceoff's going to be the left side of Babcock. I think Sear's getting called for an interference call. Tran coming out to take the face-off for the penalty kill. Face-off won by Tran. She chips it forward and now gets it out in the neutral zone. Tran gives chase and now gets it past the defender. Tran with one more step now. Tran working her way in, and now she gets tripped up. She still gets a shot off, and now a penalty coming up. We're going to be 4-on-4 with 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the second period, and 1 minute 40 and 7 in the penalty to the Avalanche. Coaches will teach those players to keep their feet moving. As long as you keep your feet moving, there's a pretty good chance that the defenders have to make a choice. It's either take a penalty or get a goal against. Miguel, Basquet, Nishi, and Amade out there for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face off one forward. Miguel works in after it onto the stick of the Avalanche. They chip it to the wall. Ravens put pressure on, and now the Avalanche reverse the play back. Now a little cut move as they go back into the corner and chip it up the wall. Amade with it, and she's going to fire it back in. Basquet touches up as the Ravens give chase. Now the puck goes out the far side. Miguel gets a stick on it, but the Avalanche get control of it. Now the Ravens with a good play there as Basquet get control of it. Basquet looking for a place to go. It's on Miguel's stick. She backhands it to the net. That's saved by the goalie. Miguel now on the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche gets stopped up by Basquet. Now Miguel and Basquet go for a change. Avalanche with a little bit of room work their way up ice. Avalanche working their way into the Raven zone. Now Amade holds him to the outside. Picked up there by the Avalanche. Avalanche now go over to the far side, back out to the blue line. From the blue line, they're going to work their way into the top of the circle. Puck rolling on the player. Ravens with a good stick there by Hernandez. Now back on the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche with a turn move, and now the Ravens get it down ice. Wing giving chase now. Wing turns the puck over briefly before it gets back on the Avalanche stick. Avalanche now will the puck to the neutral zone. They get back and get control of it. Now they fire it back into the Raven zone. It goes off the end wall, and the Ravens pick it up. Ravens lose a handle on it. Amade gets some help now from Wing. Ravens battling in the corner, and now gets out behind the net. Now the Ravens are going to go for a brief power play as Sear comes out. It's on the stick of Hernandez. Hernandez looking for the stretch pass. Oh, just in front of Sear. She's unable to handle it, or she was off to the races. We're going to have a stoppage in play as icing is called. There's 7 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Avalanche. The face-off is going to be deep in the Raven zone. Trying to take the face-off for the Richmond Ravens to the left side of Babcock. Puck is dropped. The face-off won by the Avalanche, and the Ravens are going to pick it up. Tran picks it up now. Tran with it behind the net. She chips it over. Now on this stick of McDonald. McDonald goes high and down the ice, and we're going to have icing called again as we are 5-on-5. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the period. Face off to the left side of Babcock, deep in the Raven zone. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Ravens. Back, it goes to the side of the net. Macy still with it on his stick. Macy puts it forward for Kay. Kay gets it down ice. The Ravens strand gives chase as the defender picks it up. Now she turns over on the near or far side. Ravens, McDonald chips it forward looking for Kay. Kay trying to battle off the puck. Now Tran giving pressure. It comes back out to the neutral zone and down into the Ravens end. David in after it. It's on Macy's stick. Macy gets a stick check, but she takes it in behind the net. Now chip forward for McDonald. McDonald feathers it forward for Kay. Kay in a foot race now. Kay has Tran with her. Kay taken down, but the play continues as now Tran has it on her stick. Tran takes it to the wall, and now she's manhandled down. Gets on a Macy stick. Macy puts it to an open wing on the far side. The stick check there, and now the Avalanche have it. Avalanche are going to carry it up ice. Now their stretch pass gets stopped. Tran tries to take it to the outside. She gets stick checked. Play continues. Now Tran gets it off her player. The Avalanche are going to pick it up again as they carry it in with speed. They get past Macy and over in behind the Ravens net. From behind the net, there's a bit of a penalty going to be called there after a body check by the Avalanche. Babcock makes her way down ice as Cabana tries to race out the player. Ravens with it, stopping up now. It comes back to the blue line, now picked up by the Avalanche. And the Ravens will go to the power play with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Body checking will be the call. 2 minutes for body checking. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second period. The face off to the right side of the Avalanche goaltenders. Lauren Sear out there with Miguel, McDonald, and Hernandez. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. It gets on the stick of the Ravens, but now the Avalanche carry it out. Avalanche coming up shorthanded. They bring it into the Ravens zone. They're more in battling for control with it, but the Avalanche come out with it. Avalanche carried in behind the net. Now the Ravens, McDonald's going to take control. Right, she's taken to the wall as the Ravens are trying to just do this one by themselves. Power play unit has one extra player. There should be two on the puck at almost all times, especially in these battle situations. And now there's another penalty going to be called, and it's going to be against the Richmond Ravens. And we're going to be 4-4 with a minute and 25 seconds as Morin makes her way to the box. Bookie needs the call. Miguel to take the face off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. They're going to carry it to the outside. Now chip it deep. It takes a funny hop off the wall, and now a shot well wide of the net. It goes over to the far side and into the corner. From the corner, the Avalanche have control of it again. We're 4-on-4 here, but the puck shot right on the net. And Babcock comes up with that one. We just stoppage and play with 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the second period. Miguel to take the face off. She wins that one. It gets onto the Nishi stick. Nishi gets it back to the blue line before it comes back to Nishi. Nishi playing past with the defender at the blue line, and now the puck turns over. It gets to a shooting position. Goes high over the net as the Avalanche get control of it. Now the Ravens have it. Ravens go up the wall on the near side, and now a battle ensues as Basquet and Amade battle for it. Sorry, and Nishi. Now we get a stoppage in play. 35 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4, and then there will be a brief power play for the Avalanche. Hernandez out to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. They took it back to the point. From the point, now a pass back to the middle, and now a shot wide of the net as they hit a body in front. Macy with it on her stick. Macy chips it over for David. David being watched. Push it forward for Hernandez. Hernandez unable to handle it. Now Hernandez gets it back. Hernandez tries to slow the play down a little bit. She gets her head up, and now she's going to headman the puck forward. Hernandez chips it deep, and now she gets chased. Hernandez takes it in down low and looks for some help. Now Hernandez with it. She's going to come back out to the point with it. Hernandez being watched. Now she just leaves it at wing. Tips it back forward as Hernandez unable to put it. Now she gets control of it. And we have a 5-on-4 now power play for the Avalanche for 30 seconds. Macy gets it on her stick. She tries to fire it. A little bit of a fan on the shot, but gets it into the Avalanche zone. Now the Avalanche come across the neutral zone, 3 wide. Their shot just goes wide of the net, and the Ravens are able to clear it out. Wayne with it on her stick. Wayne with a great move there. She's got their way up the far side. Now Wayne gets double teamed as the puck goes back the other way. Avalanche coming up the ice 4-on-1 or 4-on-2. A good play there by the Ravens to stop them up. And now we're 5-on-5 as Morin comes out of the box. Now the play comes back to the point, and Morin walks right out into a penalty as Morin lays a body check from behind on the Avalanche defender. Ravens back to the penalty box with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the second period. These girls play with their heart and sometimes not with their mind. And she saw that stick go up in the air and she wanted to do whatever she could. They were sure it didn't go in the net. So she finds herself back in the box as here picks the puck up and puts it back up ice. It's going to end up getting stopped by the defender and comes back in behind the Ravens net. From behind the net, the Avalanche have it. The Avalanche gets stopped back and the Ravens get control of it briefly. And now they try to fire it up ice. It's held at the blue line by the defender. Now back deep into the Ravens zone behind the goal line. The Avalanche working their way towards the front of the net. Ravens push it back to the outside. Now Tran carries it to the middle. It bounces just wide of the net. Sear chipped it around to the near side. Tran after it. Now Sear gets it down ice, and Tran gives a chase as the goaltender makes the save. Tran with lots of pressure down low. She's going to get some help there from her sister. Tran back to pick that up. Amade steps up on that. Amade works her way into a scoring position. Amade with all the moves. And he goes backhand short-handed as the Ravens go ahead 4-0. Amade decides to pinch, and boy, does she ever. She just walks in downtown and finds the back of the net. Miguel out to take the face off of the Ravens. Ravens win that one forward. It gets on the stick of the defenders. And now the Avalanche are going to chip it up into the neutral zone. And now the Ravens get control of it. Ravens clear it down ice. And Miguel gives chase. 56 seconds remains in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Morin. Avalanche with it as they pick up some speed from behind their own net. Now they get doubled back by Sear. They're going to cut back again. Now they cut to the outside. Sear puts a stick on that and keeps them down low. Avalanche trying to stretch the play out, but the Ravens doing a great job of keeping them to the outside. Now they get it down ice and into the Ravens zone. Macy's going to get it on her stick. Macy turns and fires it. It's going to go all the way down ice. 22 seconds remains in the power play for the Avalanche. Avalanche with some speed from behind their net, and they look up ice and see a Raven coming out on the boat, mock kicking, so they turn the puck back the other way. Now it's in Sears' feet. Now back into the Raven stick, and now onto Macy's stick. Macy chips it down ice with 7 seconds remaining as Morin comes out of the box yet again. Shot goes down ice and it rolls its way down there. And the end of the period goes. At the end of the period, we're sitting at shots on goal 17 for the Avalanche, 15 for the Richmond Ravens. Ravens ahead 4-0. Welcome back as we get started, or set to start the third period. Babcock making her way to the net as McDonald, McDowell, and Hernandez come out on the ice. I see Sear out there as well as Amadei. Puck is dropped. The face-off won by the Ravens. They carry it forward, lose a handle on that. Now it goes back to the Avalanche defenders. They put it forward in the neutral zone before it gets turned back by the Ravens. Hernandez with it on her stick. Hernandez looking for a place to go, realizes that it wasn't safe to go up the middle, and she's just going to deke her way up the outside. Puck gets chipped back into the neutral zone as the Avalanche look to go far side with it. That's over on Amadei's stick. Amadei with it. She's going to carry it in behind the net. Amadei chips it off the wall and picks it up herself. And now her backhand forward gets onto the defender's stick. She winds up for a shot and then opts to put it over to the near side. Play continues as the puck goes over to the far side. McDonald's going to get it on her stick. Now she gets chipped and Miguel overskates it. Now on the stick of Sear, make sure she gets it in the neutral zone. Avalanche tip it back in. Sear back after it. Sear continues the puck around for Hernandez. Hernandez unable to handle it though, and now a shot towards the net, hits him feet in front, and now comes back into the corner on the near side. Puck goes back down to the blue line. From the blue line now, a shot that gets blocked or in front by Miguel, and it goes out to the far side. And McDonald tries to put it down ice. The Avalanche opt to carry it out to the neutral zone, and now they're going to fire it back in. And Sear's going to pick it up. Sear with it behind her own net. Now she's going to fire it over off the wall. It comes up on the stick of the Ravens. Ravens get it back out, and now carrying it is Hernandez. Hernandez just chips it to the corner. She's looking to help get a change completed here. And now the puck comes over to the near side as Hernandez heads for the bench. It's a long shift for those girls, and they did a good job to get it back out. Now walking up on it's Macy. Macy with a shot towards the net. It goes just wide and over to the near side. Now on the stick of the Ravens. She loses her footing, and we have a penalty called. It's going to be tripping on the play against the Avalanche. With 13 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the period, the Ravens are going to the power play. Ravens converting on one of their three power play attempts tonight. Looking to go for 50%. 2 minutes is on the clock as the faceoff goes over to the right side. Sear out take the faceoff. She's got Basket and Wing with her back on the blue lines. Macy and David. Face-off one, back to Macy. Macy looking for Basket. Basket lets it go into the corner. Sear in after. Now on the stick of the Avalanche, and they're going to clear it down ice. Macy is going to skate down after it. She's got some pressure on her. Macy picks it up now, and she's got a little bit of time now. Macy cuts to the middle. Macy out to the outside. Macy chips it in and gives chase. Now from behind the net, the Avalanche turn the puck back the other way. They're going to chip it all the way down the ice. It comes down. A minute 27 remaining. Babcock leaves that for Basket. Basket reverses the play behind her net. Now on to David's stick. David chips it forward onto the stick of the Ravens. Wing with it. He cuts her way to the outside now. Wing stops up now. Wing tries to put it to the middle and does now. So just over. A great play there by the Ravens, but they're unable to. The Ravens, Babcock's going to cover up there. As the Ravens had a great play there, but they just underneath the stick of one of the Ravens forwards. And that comes all the way back down the ice. And with some advancing blue jerseys, Babcock holds on to that one. 12-14 remains in the game. Ravens ahead 4-0. Tran out to take the face off. Tran, puck is dropped. It goes high in the air. Now a shot blocked there by Morin. Sear reverses the play over to the far side. Ravens pick that up, and now with a couple of moves, McDonald works their way up ice. McDonald now catches up to it with a couple of moves. She takes it into the zone. McDonald now cuts around. She leaves it for Kay. Kay looking to go towards the net. It goes all the way across the zone and over to McDonald. McDonald chips it back to the blue line. Now a shot towards some point. On net from the point. Play continues, and now it's cleared down ice. And Sear goes back after it. At 31 seconds remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. Sear goes off the glass looking for Kay. Kay makes a play to get it back into the neutral zone before it gets chipped back down ice. It comes off the back wall, and Morin's going to pick it up. Morin with some pressure on her. Morin stops up now, and keeps going to put it over to Kay on the near side. Kay fans on that, but it's picked up by Tran. Tran working her way up ice. Tran to the outside, chips it forward as the Ravens are on a change. Tran working for it down low. Now It's on the stick of one of the Avalanche. And we're 5-on-5 here. Puck goes back down the ice. Babcock leaves it. No ice on the play. Morin is going to pick that up. Morin now. She puts it back out the middle, and now it's picked up by the Avalanche. Avalanche skating their way out to the outside. Now they drop it towards the net. Babcock directs it beside the net. Now chipped over to the near side. Ravens with a little bit of room now. They're going to put it back up the middle, and it's going to go down the ice. No ice on the play. Avalanche are going to dive on top of that. The goaltender holds on. She gets a whistle on the play with 10 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the third period. So the Ravens now 1 for 4 on the power play attempt. Puck is dropped from the stick of the Ravens. They're going to go across the blue line, and now they'll pass forward. Hernandez back to the blue line as they try to open up some room there. Now under Hernandez's stick. Hernandez with a shot right on. Rebound comes into the high slot. The Ravens unable to get a stick on that. Now the Avalanche skip and give chase. It's going to come down ice, and Babcock signals to her defenders it's going to be icing as the whistle goes. We have 10 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the game. 4-0 is the score. Hernandez to take the face off. She's got Tran and Cabana with her. The puck comes over to Cabana on the near side. Cabana chips it forward. It gets back on Hernandez's stick. Hernandez unable to control it cleanly, and it goes back into the neutral zone where Amade gets a stick on it. Amade puts it back in the Avalanche zone, and the Ravens don't want to change. Cabana giving chase. Cabana taken down. Now on the stick of the Avalanche, or the Ravens. Ravens Tran puts it over into the corner on the far side. Miguel's there for it. Miguel gets taken to the corner. Now back to Tran. Tran chips it forward looking for Miguel. It's on the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche pick in the middle. They get the pocket picked by Cabana. Cabana, she pulls the puck out. Now she gets a shot point blank. It's saved by the goaltender. Cabana doing a good job there of battling off the stick checks. Get a shot off. We have 9:47 remaining in the third period. Face off will be to the left side of the Avalanche goal. Miguel to take the face off. She's got Wing and Basquette with her. Back on the blue line, we have Nishi and Amade. Puck comes back to the blue line where Amade steps in. She's going to chip it deep and onto the stick of the Avalanche defender down low, and it comes back out the blue line where Amade now is going to put it towards the net. It goes wide and out the near side. Wing steps in with help. Wing with it. Now she glues the handle on it, and the Avalanche come up ice with it. Avalanche go to the middle, and the Ravens unable to handle it cleanly, and now it comes out to the Ravens bench where it gets turned over again. Now Basquette, she's going to wear a bit of a check there. And the Avalanche are going to get called. It's going to be 2 minutes. It's going to be checking. It's going to be against the Avalanche. 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the period. Well, it's 2 minutes for head contact is what's called. That means it was accidental head contact. Ravens now looking for another power play. They're converted on one tonight. Miguel to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Miguel wins that. It's picked up there by McDonald. McDonald working her way to a shitty position. She misses the net, beats the goaltender, but the puck comes back into the neutral zone. Macy with it by herself. She's backing into her own zone as she's looking for a place to go. Her pass forward ends up on the stick of the Avalanche, and now they fire it back in. Macy's going to pick it up as it's behind her goal line. Now Macy with some speed. She's going to work her way up ice. She cuts to the middle. And now Macy looking for a place to go. She's going to shoot that right on, saved by the goaltender. It gets the rebound. No, it's picked up, though. It comes to the side of the net. The goaltender keeps the play alive as the Avalanche now leaves a handle on it, and the Ravens get control of it. They go back to the blue line for Macy. Macy for David. David with a shot. It goes a tip just wide. The tip just about put that on, and now back to Macy. Macy with a shot towards the net. It's tipped to the slot. Now the Ravens are the backhand, and now it's stepping on the doorsteps of Miguel, who puts it in the back of the net. The Ravens now 2 for 5 on the night for the power play. 5-0 is the score. Hey, 21 remaining in the period. Tran out to take the face off. Drop face off one by the Avalanche. Avalanche take it back to the defender and now bring it forward. Ravens unable to get a stick on it, but they're able to get enough on it to slow down the Avalanche player. Now a shot towards the net. Babcock makes the save and keeps it to the outside. Now Tran with it. Tran feathers it forward looking for Kay. Kay is going to headman it forward. Kay chips it. Now she loses the handle on it. Play goes back out to the neutral zone. Ravens have to be careful as they're going to be there. Lots of patience there by Moore, and now a shot towards the net. It comes out the near side. Tran picks it up. She puts it back towards the goal or the blue line. It gets put back below the goal line. Tran's going to pick that up and carry it out of harm's way. She puts it over to the far side. Now it stays in. Ravens now get it out. Now Sear has one player to get by. Sear makes sure she gets it deep, and Sear and Tran in after it. Sorry, Sear and Kay in after it. Now it comes out on Tran's stick. Tran trying to battle for it. Now it gets on the stick of Sear, the defender, who puts it over to the far side. Avalanche with it. It goes out to the far side, and now chip forward as their Avalanche complete their breakout. Avalanche carrying in front of the Ravens net, and now the Ravens turn it back the other way. Sear steps up to that, but it ends up getting down into the Ravens zone. On to Sear's stick. Sear from behind her net. Sear looking to go over the far side. Now the Ravens chip it forward, get it into the neutral zone. Ravens with one move there. The Avalanche with a move there to get past the Ravens, advancing a forechecker. Morin with it from behind her net. Morin feathers that forward for Cabana. Now comes back in behind the Ravens net onto Sear's stick. Sear stops up and now puts it over to the near side for Tran. Tran unable to handle that one. Now back up, it's touched back to the blue line. Now a shot towards the net. Babcock finds that through bodies and holds on to it. 6:31 remains in the third period. 5-0 is the score. The play is going to come to the left side of Babcock. Puck is dropped. Ravens win that one. Sear with it on her stick. She chips it over to the far side looking for Cabana. Cabana has to go around the referee, so it comes back onto the stick of Morin. Morin looking for Tran. Tran puts it back in behind the net. Hernandez with it now. Hernandez looking forward for Cabana. Cabana has it on her stick with some speed. Cabana finds Tran. Tran unable to handle it. Now it comes back the other way. Avalanche chip it around the first Raven. Now Amadei with it. Amadei slows it down, and now the Ravens turn it back, and that gets put back into the Raven zone. Nishi with it on her stick. Nishi gets her head up, and she looks over to the far side. Play stopped before it gets out of the zone. Now the Ravens battling for it. It gets on the stick one of the Avalanche, and the Ravens. Babcock makes the save and holds on to that. 5:47 remains in the third period. Miguel to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They go back to the blue line with it. Now it's shot through body, and the Babcock gets a piece of that one, puts it out to the corner. Avalanche put it over to the far side. Ravens battling for it. Now Amadei is just going to eat it in the corner. She gets some help there from Miguel. Now the Avalanche have control. They go back to the defender and over to the near side. The defender can't handle that as it comes out to the neutral zone. Avalanche have to touch up. They're being watched there by Basquet. It goes over to the far side. Now the Ravens get control of it. Miguel and Wing go to work. Wing from the outside with a shot saved by the goaltender. Play comes over to the near side. Ravens get control of it briefly before now it comes back out to the neutral zone. Wing puts it back to Nishi, gets past Nishi, and David goes back after it. David with it behind her own net. She's looking forward with it. David carries it out to the neutral zone. She loses a handle on it, but made sure she got it deep. Now back in behind the net. Nishi has to be cut sharp as she has pressure on her. She backhands it over looking for Basquet. Basquet and David working the corner now on the near side. Now they get some help from Miguel from behind the net. David. Now a couple of moves there as the Avalanche put the puck back to the blue line. Now a shot. Babcock makes the save through traffic. Near short side. Now back out to the blue line. From the blue line. Miguel tries to get control of it. Now she does. Can't get control of it though, and it gets a shot right on, and Babcock holds on to that one. And the Ravens are going to get a change as the whistle goes. And we have 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third period. Puck is dropped, picked up by Sear. Sear's going to carry it forward. Sear with 3 players on her. Sear can make sure she chips it deep. Now Sear from behind the goal line. She makes sure she gets a stick on it. Now she gets some help from Kay. Sear tries to put it out into a scoring position. Coming over with his Macy. Macy with a shot. That hits the goaltender's stick. And now Kay tries to feed it into the corner. Back to David. David for Macy. Macy is going to fire that puck in. Puck comes out to the side of the net. The goaltender stops it for her defenders. And now it comes out to the middle. The Ravens hold it in. Macy backhands it forward for Kay. Kay with one move and now loses the handle on it. She retreats back to pick it up. Now she's going to put it back deep as she goes for a change. Play turned back by the Ravens as the Avalanche pick it up. The Avalanche force it along the wall and it gets onto the stick of Amade. Sorry, Sear. Sear for Macy. Macy forward for Tran. Tran works her way to the middle. Tran from the middle now works to a shooting position. Her shot right on, saved by the goaltender. Now the play back out to the blue line, on to Morin's stick. Morin fires it off the wall and deep. Now the Avalanche with it. Avalanche losing the handle on it as it goes off the back of the net. Now they have to reverse the play back the other way. Avalanche now working their way up the far side and through the neutral zone, kind of on with no pressure though. They carry it to the outside, now chip it around. It's going to end up on Sear's stick behind the net. Sear turns the play back the other way. Morin with it. Now Morin's going to try and eat it behind the net with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the period. Play under the stick of the Ravens. The Ravens get it down ice, and it's going to end up on the Avalanche stick as the players are just coming back on the bench or off the bench. Now the play back out to the middle onto the stick of Morin. Morin over for McDonald. McDonald looking for an outlet pass, and she gets it onto the stick of the Ravens forward. Tran carries it into the down low, and now it goes over to the far side. From the far side, the puck goes back to the blue line. Sear steps up on that one, and now the Avalanche have it. Avalanche chip it forward onto Hernandez's stick. Hernandez gains center ice and fires it back deep. Avalanche with it from behind the net. Now they chip it forward. Avalanche into the neutral zone. Now chipped off the wall, off the foot of one of the Ravens. Ravens now, Hernandez makes sure she fights off the check and gets the puck into the Avalanche zone. She gets some help now from Basquet. Basquet with a short side shot goes wide of the net and bounces off to the near side. Now the Ravens with it. Wayne's going to try and put it towards the net. That hits the stick and goes wide. Now from behind the net, it gets centered. Now onto the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche are going to try and slow it down as they retreat back in behind the goal line. Basquet in after it. Play stopped there by Miguel, but she can't handle that one as it's onto the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche are now going to chip it to the middle. Ravens put some pressure on in the neutral zone. Miguel now trying to handle it. Now back for Basquet as they battle in front of the Avalanche zone. Avalanche bench. It ends up on the stick of Sear. Sear gets her head up and she sees she has some room. She makes it through the center ice and chips it deep as we have 1:12 remaining in the third period. Ravens wing unable to handle that one cleanly. The puck rolling now onto the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche fire it deep and give chase. It goes in behind the net and over to the near side onto the Avalanche stick from behind the Ravens goal line. The puck eaten in the corner as Sear and Basquet battle for it. 52 seconds now on the clock. Now coming out with it is the Avalanche. Miguel battling with now. Sear and Miguel. Miguel chips it forward now. Basquet and Miguel battling for it. Now comes to Sear on the near side. Sear unable to handle it. It goes all across the zone and over to the far side. Wing in after it. Wing chips it forward. Now it's chipped back onto the stick of the Avalanche. Avalanche working their way into a shooting position. Ravens hold them to the outside. Now onto Miguel's stick. Miguel with 20 seconds remaining on the clock. He doubles back, puts it over, looking for Morin. Morin is going to eat it in the corner. Morin back for Miguel. Miguel with 10 seconds remaining, puts it back for Morin. Morin back for Miguel. It comes back out into a shooting position. Shot right on, saved by Babcock. It bounces around in the slot. And now the whistle goes with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. I don't know what to say there. Babcock made the save with 2 seconds remaining. Ravens get a change as their defenders are tired. Now we get a stop or a drop of the puck, and the puck goes into the corner, and we're done. The Ravens come out victorious, 5-0. Shots on goal, 24-22. for the Richmond Ravens. Sorry, for the North Shore Avalanche. We appreciate you watching. Hope you can join us for the next game. I think it's against the Burnaby Wildcats later this week.